Come on, come on. Good evening, everybody. Finally, we are live on the tube. So good evening to everybody on the tube who's already waiting. I'll just check Facebook. As we know, Facebook is temperamental. We are live on Facebook also. Whoop, whoop. That's a good start. Make sure there are no subtitles, and there are, so let's just turn them off. We don't want to see that. Because the words are never right. Right, so good evening to Catherine, Deborah, Emma, Tina. Let's just check the tube. Oh, we are good to go. Right. Hi, Margaret, Jane, Shell. Oh, bless you. Audrey, Nicola, Saz, Irene, Anne, Paula, Julie, Sue, Kay, Rob. Karen, are you home? Oh, bless you. Kim, Linda, Angie, Jan, Sandra. Right, everybody's jumping in now. So good evening, everybody. What a miserable day it's been. I've had a very long, busy day. In fact, I'm shattered. And I'm making it even longer day by doing 2 demos. Anyway, let's take this off. But there you go. It's a buy one, get one free. Demo-wise. Just for clarity's sake, demo-wise. Anyway, so being as I forgot last week, we are doing our monthly layout. I've decided as well, I know this is a bit grubby now. It's a well-loved craft mat. But I've decided I like this better than I do my brown sheets. The only time I'll bring my little brown craft sheet up is if I'm doing glue on the side. But I think it's better for you as well because it doesn't give you the wavy lines from the very hot Tenerife. I hope it's like that in December, Sheila. It's only a couple of weeks till I'm back. Anyway, so I hope you like the duck egg blue. I think I might have to treat myself to a couple of new ones. Actually, the one on my other desk might be cleaner, so I might swap it over for next week. But I just thought this was a bit nicer on your eyes than the brown craft sheets because, as we know, they sometimes interfere with the camera. So there we go. So tonight is all about the monthly layout. So for people who don't know what I'm talking about, so the monthly layout is a challenge that I set in our little Facebook group. I do it every month, especially when people remind me, i.e. Chrissy and people, when I forget. And it's a bit of fun. These are designed to be a bit of a mojo boost where I design a basic layout for you and then you come up with something, your own creation, using my stuff obviously. And then at the end of the month I use a random number generator, and from all the entries from people's cards, somebody wins one of our big A4 die sets. So it's a little bit of fun, mojo boost, and you could win yourself a £38 set of dies just by taking part. I actually really love it. It's good for me as well. I mean, even I get crafter's block, and these are a good little visual tool to give you an instant idea or an instant layout that you know will work. So it's quite useful. So I said this when we did this last time. At the beginning of every month, I'm going to try and remember that my first demo of the month will be with the monthly layout challenge. So it gives you some instant inspiration using that layout for that month. And then it just gives you plenty of time then to... Oh, SJ, I don't know. I've not heard about that. I don't know. Hi, Lane. Hi to everybody who's just jumping on. Wow. Well, I hope not. Anyway, so this is our November monthly challenge. Now, I've already given you a little hint. We have got some new colours in the linen card. And I'm going to show you those before I get on with the demos. Let me just make sure everybody is still here. Yep. Hi, Jan, Sandra, Margaret, Brenda, Janet, Maria. Oh, I love your name. But oh, Maria's in France. Whereabouts, Maria? I'm jealous. Right, so hang on, I'm just reading comments. Let me just scroll back. Bear with me a second, everybody. Chris is ready for Steptoe's car. Oh, that's awful. I didn't know that, Brenda. What a shame. Oh. Hi, Jean. Right, so first things first, we already have had the first 6 colours of our brand new core product, which is, as you know now, the linen card. So we've got 6 new colours for you tonight. I won't do any more new colours. Oh, I might do. Oh, I can't decide. So there might be 6 more at the beginning of December, or I might wait until January now to give you all a chance to catch up. So I'll show you the new colours and then we will get on with the layout challenge. So just because some people have just been jumping on later, I'm just going to show you this again. So this is the basic layout that I designed for our November challenge. So this is a DL card. You all know me well enough to know that I'm going to do an oversized DL card. So basically it's going to be bigger than a traditional DL size. Only a little bit, but I like... Big is always better for me, as you know. It can never be too big, but there you go. You've got choices. So first things first, let's introduce you to the new... Oh, little sneaky peek there. To the new linen card colours. And you can order them tonight as soon as the live has finished. So they're not on the website just yet. They will be when the live has finished. So we've got 5 existing colours that we've changed into linen. And we've got a brand new colour, which was that little sneaky peek. Now, this brand new colour is absolutely stunning. And I've been trying to get this colour for about 3 years, everybody. And not been able to get the right shade, which is just bonkers. But now we have got the right shade. So let's introduce you to the next 6 colours in the linen card range. So I'm going to fan them out for you. So these are the next 6 colours, and I'm doing them in 6s because it's a little bit easier for you if you're collecting them all. So let's bring these in and show you that gorgeous linen texture again. You can see the new colour in the middle. And we've even done the pink. It is Emma. It's a gorgeous teal. So I'm going to show you these colours one by one. Now remember, there are 5 existing colours and 1 new colour. The existing colours are perfect with their plain or smooth counterparts. So in the premium cardstock, Candy Pink, which is what this is. So Candy Pink, let me just come away, so there you go, you can see it's pink, is the exact same pink as it is in the smooth cardstock. So I'm just going to show you, this is possibly one of my new favourite colours. This is the Cobalt Blue. So this is Cobalt. This is, as you know, I told you I was going to do this. This is our Air Force Blue, which is one of my all-time favourites. Look at these two together. I am using these 2 colours on the first demo tonight together. Then we've got Vanilla Cream. So Vanilla Cream. I can't tell you how gorgeous this cardstock is. I'm going to put the new one to one side. Then we have Olive Grove, which I told you I was going to do because it's one of my favourite greens. And then we have the Candy Pink. So all these are existing colours in the premium cardstock range, and you now have the option to have the linen version to go with your other ones. And our brand new colour is rich teal. This card is stunning, 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 stunning. I'm going to put it next to the vanilla because you can see just how teal it is when I put it next to the vanilla. It's absolutely gorgeous. Look at this combo. In fact, this is my second demo colour combo. There is, so as ever, when we introduce a new colour, whenever I introduce a new colour now, you will have the smooth version and you will have the linen version to go with it. This is the exact same colour, linen and smooth. Yeah. So how about this for an absolutely gorgeous second release of the linen card? Now I know you're going to go mad for it because you did when we did the original colours. And vanilla cream is perfect with all of these. Yeah. So how about that? Look at that teal. Look at that teal with the green. Look at that teal with the pink. Look at that teal with the vanilla. It's just stunning. It's stunning. It's taken about 3 years to get the right shade. Now, just before I forget to tell you, and before we start with the demo, the teal is slightly heavier than the original cardstock. The teal is 300 GSM as opposed to 270. It's the only way I could get it. You can't really notice much difference, but it's better to be 300 than 250. So they are your 6 new colours. They will be on the website after I've finished the video, the live tonight. So let's get cracking with the demo. Let's get cracking with the demo. So I'm going to bring this in. I'm going to do the same card in 2 different variations tonight. So whenever I do the monthly challenges, I always say it's just a it's just a guide. So how you choose to decorate, what your theme is, etc., etc., is entirely up to you. Yeah. Yeah, teal and pink together is gorgeous. I've got to say, they're all gorgeous. And just before I move on, I'm just going to put, because vanilla cream is one of my all-time favourites. It's one of my all-time favourites. And I'm just going to put it next to the almond hue, so you can see the difference between vanilla and almond. Yeah, because the images on the website are really tricky to get right colour wise. So I just want you to see the difference between almond hue and vanilla cream. This is like a vanilla custard. It's absolutely stunning. So I just wanted you to see the difference because it's quite a big difference. Right, so let's get on with some card making. Yeah, let's get on with some card. Do you know what, Karen? It's taken 3 years to get the right shade of teal, and it's tricky because some teal is darker, some are really green, but this is kind of in between. It's like it's the perfect shade of teal. I should have called it perfect teal, but we've called it rich teal. Right, so let's get on. Let's get cracking. So when I was prepping this demo, I wanted to show you a couple of different variations. On my instruction sheet, look, it says this piece here needs to be embossed and brayered with ink or paint. You've got to have 3 apertures, and then as an alternative idea, I've put you could use one of the texture dies behind the aperture instead of the embossing folder there for a different look. So tonight I'm going to do 2 different versions so that you get 2 different looks from the same layout. Yeah. which I think makes it really rather marvellous. So I'm just going to put these out of the way. Oh, I don't know why I've got two of them. It must be in case I'm making a mistake. Yeah. So I'm just putting all these out the way. This is obviously going to be a Christmas one. And I just wanted to show you two different variations. It's been a miserable wet day today. So I'm actually, and I've never stopped. I've just been so busy. So I'm actually really looking forward to sitting and doing a little bit of crafting. So let's show you what I've got here. Now this is super important, what I'm about to tell you. Super important. The rounded corner DL dies have nearly all gone. We've got about 12 left. And I don't know where I put my set, but it's over there somewhere underneath my other desk. So the rounded corner DL dies. I don't know if Kieran's at home or Saz or somebody. If you can find me the link for these, please, and post it on YouTube and on Facebook. When I looked at our stock sheet earlier, we've only got 12 sets of these left. Now, when they've gone, they've gone. I won't ever get them back. And this is what I've used to create my layers with the double debossed edges. Look, so can you see that gorgeous double debossed edge on the linen card? Yeah. I won't get them back. And also, and this is just something I'm ashamed to even admit, but we've got the square double debossed rounded corners that match it. Yeah. So the square double debossed rounded corner dies, which is an A4 set, and this is what I've used to create my apertures. So it almost looks a little bit like a film strip. So we need links for both of them, please. Now I'm ashamed to say, thank you, Debbie. I'm ashamed to say I couldn't find my square rounded dies, but I found them today, which is why we've got them on this card. So it was perfect. So we've got the rounded corner on the layers, the matting and layering, and then we've got the rounded corner for the apertures as well. So I've got two different variations of this, and I'm going to go with the embossed one just because it's different to the other demo that I'm doing. Yeah. You must get the rounded corner square dies. I'll see if I can find my full set in a bit, but it's the A4 set. I honestly didn't think we'd got any left. And I'm just trying to find everything that I've used on this card just so I can show you. Now this little beauty is the Snowflake Medley texture die from, is it from last year or the year before? Are you ready for this? There are 6 of these left. 6. That's it. These are from the Charmed range when I did the Charming Christmas. There are literally 6 of them. That'll be fastest fingers first. Yeah. Rich tea. So when I was prepping this originally, what I was going to do, because I wanted to show you how you can use your texture dies. Oh, I've just pulled that poor snowflake off. I've just battered that snowflake. Get the square dies, everybody, because you'll never be able to get them again. Yeah, you probably could have my face. Let's try that. Let's try that, Chrissy. Let's try that. I think that's a cracking idea. Anyway, so let me just show you what I'm talking about. So when I originally prepped this, hang on, my chair legs have gone funny. That's it. It's not a Halloween card. That was brilliant. Who said that? Sandra Harris said it's not a Halloween card. So when Sandra orders the linen card later, double it. Oh, that's brilliant. That's hilarious. Right, so I just wanted to show you because this layout is super versatile. This is a really versatile layout. You can turn it into any theme of card, which is why I chose a Christmas one and a non-Christmas one. So obviously creating the apertures is dead easy. Cut your panel first. I did the middle one first and then did the other two afterwards. I still misjudged it a little bit. And then what you end up with, what you end up with is your 3 sections as per the layout on the design that I've done. So what I was going to do with this was pop them behind, look. So if you pop these behind, look how fabulous this is. Let me just show you on the blue, on the cobalt. So if you pop these behind, we're using the texture dies in a completely different way. Look how fab that is. Let me bring that up a bit. And see if I can get that in the right shot so you get to see it all. I'm not using this. I just wanted to show you this because this is what I was going to do originally. Let's just bring that down. Now you imagine that all trimmed off. There we go. Let me see if I can lift this up to show you. How fabulous is that? Is that not just absolutely stunning? So I very nearly did that. And then I thought, no, I'll stick to the main thing. I'm going to keep these because I've got a feeling the cards that I make this year... Oh, I've got a greasy fingerprint on that. Where's that come from? I bet that's Pin Flare. Anti-Christine. That's going to bug me. Anyway, so we're going back to the proper layout now. So I've got my 2 rounded corner DL pieces, remembering that the largest of the dies is true DL size. So that is 210 by whatever it is, 10 whatever, proper DL size. Then I've got another white layer and then a larger white layer. So these 2 pieces are bigger than the DL. This is just because I like bigger cards. And then I've got here a piece of the embossing folder. So this is the Beaded Snowflakes embossing folder. This is the Beaded Snowflakes 3D embossing folder. And this is going to go behind there. So all I did was trimmed it a little bit smaller, look, than the piece from the die. But I'm just going to run my Stormy Sky Distress Ink pad over the top of this. Just a little bit of Stormy Sky, not loads, just to bring in some of that lovely blue colour. Marvellous. Marvellous. And it really brings out the detail in that embossing folder. In fact, let's show you. That was me just dragging the ink pad over. And because it's a 3D embossing folder, as you know, it's really deep. Yeah, it just highlights some of the raised details. Yeah. Right, I'm just going to clean my mat. I'm just going to clean the bit of ink off there. Because I know what will happen. Right, and then I'm just going to snip the corners off this because this is not a rounded piece. So I'm just going to snip the corners off so that it fits behind my 3 apertures. And then I'm going to stick that on top. So I'm going to put the glue on. I love that embossing folder. I love all the embossing folders that we've done, to be fair. It hasn't got wings, don't batter it. So I'm going to put the glue on the back of the aperture frame. So this is just normal glue. We could have, obviously, if we wanted to, had this on foam tape or foam pads. But I wanted this flat to that so that it makes the definition of the embossing folder a little bit higher. So I'm just trying to centralize these snowflakes. And just let that grab for a second, and then I'll turn it over and press from the other side. Triangle shaped embossing folders. Oh. Triangle shaped embossing folders. You mean for the envelope flaps? I've already done most of next year, if I'm honest with you. I'm just going to pop this over. I mean, look how fabulous that looks now. How gorgeous is that? So I'm just going to pop that under some dies for a second. Just to keep that flat whilst we're working on the snowflakes. So I've got 2 of the large snowflakes here. These are from the snowflake flurry, and I don't think you can get these anymore. See if I can find them. I did have them out somewhere. Yeah, these are from the snowflake flurry set, and I specifically wanted this one because of this beautiful large one with the hearts in it. But I honestly don't think we've got any of these left. So apologies for that. And we're just going to raise this up and make this a little bit dimensional. So I am popping a little bit of foam tape in the middle, but only because I know that my sentiment is going to cover the centre of it up. I never even thought about that. So I'm just raising this up on a little bit of foam tape, and I'm only doing this with foam tape because it needs to be sturdy. A little bit of glue. And we'll skew-iffy that. So we've now got this lovely layered snowflake. And I'm just going to... let me just move these before you see the labels. They've fallen off my shelf. That would have given you a little sneaky peek of something that's coming. So I'm just going to do the glitter on this, and then I can pop this to one side. So let's just do the heart. And the tips of these fronds. So I am using, as ever, Glamour Dust. No, I'm not. That's a blast from the past. I'm using Diamond Dazzle. Where did that even come from, Phil? So I'll just put that to one side now and let that dry. We don't need that just yet, so I'll pop it over there. You've been doing layered snowflakes for your crackers. Oh, that's fab. I don't think you can get the snowflake flurry dies anymore. In fact, I bet you can't get that anymore now. So put that to one side and let that dry. And then we are going to put some glitter on some of these embellishments. I'm trying not to mix them up. Because they are for different sections of this card. It's a really easy layout, this. So there are no excuses. You can, if you struggle with apertures, if you struggle with the apertures, you can just do layers. I'm happy with that. So all I'm going to do is glitter the white bits. So anything that's blue, I'm not gonna add any glitter to. It's just the white sections. And I'm not doing the whole snowflake, just the tips. And that's because the blue cardstock I've used is the linen. So if we only do the white sections or the white embellishments, it actually makes the linen more noticeable. If I'd have had time, I could have done this ahead of time, but I've told you it's been one of those days. One of those days, and not in a fun way. Not allowed craft stuff for Christmas. So let's just get these done. So these two cards, by the time I finish making them, although they are the same layout, the look will be completely different. So I've obviously used Air Force Blue and Cobalt Blue, which is absolutely stunning. In fact, I even messaged Karen earlier and I absolutely love that Cobalt Blue. It's stunning. It's stunning, stunning, stunning. All the linen cards are stunning. But that Cobalt Blue is just... Right, working my way around. I've not got much more to do. So I have got a couple of twiddly bits on this Christmas card. And I've chosen the smallest one, which is just this one with little hearts at the end, because it mirrors the heart in the big snowflake. There we go. Missed a bit. You've been building your storage boxes. Oh, I've done the reorder for the storage boxes. I can't believe how quickly they sold out. I've done the reorder, but it's looking like not next week, the week after, because the girls from Cool Cats who have made them for me are on Hobby Maker on Tuesday, so tomorrow. So they're going to be very busy, so it's going to be a week or two before we've got the stock back. But I will let you know. It will be before I go away. Or it better be, if you're watching, Kane Maggie. Right, nearly done. Just got 2 more snowflakes and then that's it. Oops, throwing that one around. So the Snowflake Flurry Snowflakes are the only set where I've had really small ones, which is why I chose this. And it's the only ones I've ever done where you've got this design in. I don't know why I've never used this one again, but I haven't. And now we'll start putting the card together. The advantage of using a full piece of embossed card behind those apertures is that it's going to make it easy for me to use foam tape on the back. So let's just pop that over there. We're going to add our layers now. Start building the layers up. Oh, peach paint. Haven't painted them yet because Phil said to leave for 24 hours. Yeah, I didn't order it, to be fair. I only waited about 3 hours. Do you go away after you ship? Yes, Chrissy. So the next new release, as you know, is... I'm just doing this flat, by the way, just so you know. The next new big release is the 29th of November. It's a Friday. I will remind you nearer the time. I must have got pin flare on my fingers because there were greasy marks on my card, which is going to drive me mad. Oh, there you go. Put it at the bottom. Nobody will see it. So I've put this one on flat. And this is then going onto the card on foam tape. I'm not on this week. It's Dawn again. I'm in Scotland on Wednesday. I'm driving up. It's not for a holiday this time, unfortunately. It's not for a nice reason. But I will be away Wednesday to Friday this week. So I'm hoping the weather improves before I drive up there on Wednesday morning. So I won't be here this week. Right, let's get this on. This is how easy this card is to do. And remember, I've oversized this. You don't have to do that. That's just me being me. 29th of November is a Saturday. It can't be. Is it the 28th I'm on then? It's definitely the Friday that I'm on. It's definitely the Friday. I don't do weekends on TV. Hi, Georgine. So let's just get this on here. Nearly stuck it too soon. That's perfect. And then you know what's going on this piece because it's the law in this craft room. If it's white, it gets Diamond Dazzle on it. Oh, Friday the 28th. I'm back on Friday the 28th. Told you, I'm all over the place. I tell you what's even funnier. I've been doing the copyright things on the packaging for 2026 for about 3 months. So that's confused me even more. I'm a year ahead. Make sure I got that the right way up. That's the right way up. So a little layer of Diamond Dazzle. And then we'll bring in our embossed piece, which is now set nicely. Ooh, Lynn. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We'll have to wait and see. Just bear in mind, everybody, that the thing I'm bringing you at the end of November, I don't normally do a new release at the end of November. But I had to do because it's the start of a big series of things. It's the start of a big series of things, and I wanted you to get the first series before Christmas, so you can be playing with it over Christmas. There will be, yes. So we will still do the sneaky peek and pre-orders on the Monday, because I'm not here that Wednesday and Thursday, remember. We're away for our uncle's 70th birthday do. I hope he's not watching, because he don't know about it. Right, so let's just get this layered up. We are halfway through with this card. And I told you it's a super simple layout. You can make it as elaborate or as simple as you like. I've made it bigger than it needed to be, obviously. So I'm just put this greasy mark where I know it's going to be covered up, because that will bug me. There we go. So put that in the centre of there. I did just stand up, but don't worry, I've got my pyjamas on. There we go. We're starting to get somewhere. So pop that over there, and we'll bring in the sentiment. So I'm using one of the little dinky sentiments from the Just Saying festive stamps. Yeah, we do. Patricia's right. We do always save some for telephone orders. So if all else fails, phone the shop. And let me just show you. So the little circle I've got here is from the Layered Differently dies. Can you see we've got a little point? A tiny little pointy bit, north, south, east, west. And I just wanted that for just for a change from a regular circle. And I think I'm going to have warm festive wishes. Warm festive wishes. I don't know whether I don't think you can get these stamps anymore. I did reorder them for this year, but I think they've all gone. I won't reorder them again. And the ink I'm using is Twilight, which is a dark blue. Oh, is that the double deboss rounded corner squares? If you haven't got them, everybody, click that link and go and get them. You'll regret it if you don't have them. So warm festive wishes. I've just double stamped that, but that's my own fault. I'm just going to put this back where it belongs. Never eat shredded wheat. Never eat shredded wheat? What I must have missed. Yeah, they're beautiful. They're a nice size as well, I think. Right, so let's start putting this card together. So this is where we're at, remember. So all we've got here are the two base layers, the cobalt blue rounded corner DL dies, the Air Force blue rounded corner DL dies. The three apertures were created from the rounded corner square dies, and now we're going to start the assembly of this card. Crack, it's 8:15 already. So here we go. So sentiment first. So I'm starting with the sentiment in the centre. Let me move that ink pad. I don't need that again. So sentiment in the centre of that snowflake, and I want the Air Force blue north and south. I know I'm fussy. So warm festive wishes. In the centre of that snowflake. This is why I like the snowflake flurry die set, because it's got the larger snowflake in it. And then pop the sentiment straight in the middle. That's why I've got greasy marks on my card, because I've got pin flare on my fingers. No, Sandra, you need to get the rounded ones. I'm not doing them again. If you haven't got them, get them, everybody. Right, I'm just going to stand up to do this. Make sure I get it central. That's it. You will sit straight. That's it, that looks straight to me. And now here we go with the embellishments. So I've got 2 large snowflakes that are going on first. I'm just going to pop a gem on these. So the gems I'm using, rather than pearls tonight, are the cornflower blue. So cornflower blue gems. Just so we get a little bit of sparkle. And I should have brought my brown mat up, but I didn't. And these are going in the corners. So remember, when you get stuck, just use your layout. And I said this last time, it's worth printing these off so the image is in the happy birthday and happy anniversary. It's worth printing these off, and the images for these are in the Facebook group. So if you're not in the Facebook group, this is what you need to search for on Facebook: Crafting with Phill Martin and Sentimentally Yours. And then request to join the group and just answer the couple of security questions before you send your request. Otherwise it declines it. So it's worth printing these out. So if you get stuck, it's worth just quickly looking at your printout again. I should have brought my brown craft sheet in, but I didn't. So now we're just adding a little bit of dimension with the snowflakes. All the other snowflakes are plain. I'm going to double these 2 up. So I've left those as singles. These are going to be doubled up. I should have done that first. That'll teach me, won't it? Put the gems on first. So you know, next week, remind me to put my brown sheet on. So I've left the large ones as singles. Actually, I think I'll leave these as singles. I'm going to leave them as singles. I know I'm never happy, but I am a perfectionist. You won't believe it looking at the state of my mat, but I am. So because I've got glue gel on them, I need to just dab them in the glitter to cover that glue gel up. Right. I was going to double these up, but I'm not. I'm going to leave them. I'm going to leave them as singles. I think I'm missing some. Bear with me, I say. Just bear with. No, that must be right. Just bear with me 1 second. I think I've lost some snowflakes. Don't tell me that's all I've lost. No, that must be it. That must be it. So this must be what I was planning on doing. So these are going in the opposite corners, look. As per the layout. I thought I had 4 more, but I must have used them for something else. So here we go. So I've got a little cascade thing going on. I actually had them in a tub, but of course you know what I'm like, I've slung everything out. So let's put the flourishes in first. The twiddly bits rather. So I'm putting the twiddly bits in next, because some of these snowflakes, the small ones, are going to layer up over it. I was looking at my Christmas dies when I was getting this ready, and I realised that nearly all of my Christmas flourishes are quite large. So I think it's time for some small ones next year. It's just a shame they don't go with next year's theme, but there you go. So the next 2, so the flourishes are only going on the large snowflakes. And now we're going to tuck under some of the small ones to layer them up. And I did. I was just going to say something then that I think only Jean would have appreciated. So I stopped myself. Right, let's get this layered up. It's funny, isn't it, when you see the digital image of the layout and then when you see it in an actual, on a real card, it's so fabulous. This is why I like doing it. Just bring that in so it matches. Right, now all the little extras are going on. So I know that I've got, these are all cut from the linen card as well, by the way. The new linen colours. No, I'm not saying it. So I am just going to put the glue gel on these before I fix them to the card. I am nearly done with this one. So if you're not a Christmas fan, the next one's not Christmassy. Right, so here we go. We're layering up now. Look, we're adding just the small details. The little extras. forgot the white ones. Oh, pin flare. Naughty pin flare. So one of them, one of these is for on here. The other one is for on here. Oops, what was that was stuck to me? Islander, oh bless you. Oh, it's that time of year, unfortunately. Right, now the rest of it, I hope you feel better soon. So let's just get this one finished off. I am nearly done with this. So that little blue one is for on there. We are nearly done with this. Actually, I lied to you. It's not a blue one at all. It's a white one. I've got glue gel on my tweezers. Thank you. Do as you're told. Do as you're told. And you'll be fine. Right. Nearly done. I think I need a new cocktail stick. So don't forget, Saz will be live tomorrow night at 7 o'clock with another fab demo on the Sentimentally Yours Facebook page. Right, so I'm just going to try and mirror what's on the top. Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. The big ones are for here. Small ones are for there. I'm just trying to mirror what's above. What's above. And this one is on here. And then this one is to go on the big snowflake. And then I'm just going to finish with one more little gem. And of course the glue came out in 2 blobs. Of course it did. And that is the first one done. So I'll just bring it in and let you have a little close-up of that. That's going in the bin. We'll get a new cocktail stick, I think. And this is super, super easy to make, this card. I know it looks a bit fiddly, but it isn't. I've just got to put glitter Diamond Dazzle on the glue gel, because I can't bear to see glue gel on my cards. So anywhere it's showing, or anywhere it might poke through underneath the snowflakes, just cover it with Diamond Dazzle, and then at least if any of it is showing, it will be sparkly rather than just glue gel. So that is demo number 1 with your monthly layout challenge. So I think that's a pretty good interpretation. So I've got the embossed layer. I have braided it, although I did it by hand. Yeah, So that is the first one. That's how easy it is to do. It's a very pretty card, and it's actually not too deep. Look, so that would go in an envelope, and that's using your two new colours of the linen card as well, which is the Air Force Blue. If I wiggle that, you should be able to see it. There you go. That's the Air Force Blue and the Cobalt Blue in the linen card. So that's the first one done. I'm going to get a drink, move all the blue stuff because I don't need it now. And then we're going to start on a new card with the exact same layout, but with a completely different feel. And you're going to like this. You're going to like this a lot. Look at this. Look at this. So let's just move all these bits so that I'm in the right section. This is your new rich teal with vanilla cream, and I can't tell you how absolutely gorgeous this colour combination is. It's stunning. Oops, that was lucky. I'll show you that in a minute. I'm just taking the bits off. Right, so let's get organised. Mr. Martin. Put things in sections and then I know where they belong. That's one of the advantages of the big craft sheet. Look, the big craft mat. I've got all my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections. Right, here we go. Let's get a drink. And this is slightly different. So remember, on the sheet, I've put embossed layer brayer over with the ink pad, which is what I've done with the first demo. And then I've suggested here an alternative idea, which would be to use one of the texture dies behind the apertures rather than the embossing folder. So I'm going to show you another look for that as well. This combination, oh, I've got ink on that. That's going to drive me mad. That's when I was testing the colours of the ink earlier. Well, hopefully we won't see that because it's going in the middle of the card. So this combo is your vanilla cream and the new rich teal. How beautiful is that? And we're doing the same thing that we did last week. So when I showed you how to do the aperture, how to use the... I've not even got the die out anymore. Oh, maybe I have. Maybe I have. Bear with. No, I think I've put it away. Oh, it's here. So this was using the grand panels. So to create these lovely lattice sections, it's just I've used the middle of the grand panel, the same as I showed you last week. So we're gonna have, I've made 3 squares, so the aperture's the same. So the base of the card is the same. The first layer of the card is the same. Same size as the other one. This is the same size as the other one. And I'm just going to pop this straight on here now and get it out the way. Now, the problem with duck egg blue is duck egg blue, rather like teal, is very subjective. So I've got my craft room, as you know, it's all Laura Ashley. So my Laura Ashley duck egg blue is completely different to duck egg blue that you see anywhere else. So the nearest you're going to get to duck egg blue would be, for now, Air Force. It's the closest thing to it. So I'm just popping that on there. Fishnets in the aperture. Phil, haven't you sorted your gems in size? Or no, not yet. I haven't had time. I can't tell you all how many. I can't tell you how busy I am at the minute. I've got so much to do before I break up. It's just, it's bonkers. It's absolutely bonkers. So I'm just going to put that under here for a minute because for some reason that's not sitting straight. I think I might have to go and cut another one of these. Let me see if it's going to be covered up. I might get away with that. I might get away with that. We shall see. We shall see. Right, so the aperture. Let's just show you how I did this. So for anybody who hasn't seen how to extend the lattice section from the Grand Panels die set, you need to go and watch the video from last week's live, because that's where I showed you how to do it. I'm not going to go through it all again. So all I did was created panels that are larger than my aperture. So these panels, these little squares are 6.5 centimeters. And then my top tip when you're using an edgeless die, which is what the aperture is to leave yourself a little section at the end. Look, you can see I've done it on all of them. And that just enables you to lift the die out. So these sections are slightly bigger than the aperture, yeah? So I'm going to go from the back and work my way up. Excuse me. So the one in the middle will be the trickiest one because there will be some overlap unless I snip it off. So I'm going on with glue on the back of the aperture. And I'm going to roughly use my side panel, my side strip, the bit that was left over, as a bit of a guide. So I'm trying to get this so that it's even. And that looks pretty good to me. I'm just tapping some glue on that because I missed it. So I already know that my middle section is going to overlap that. So I'm going to ignore that for now and go to the top. So I'm doing the top aperture now. Remember, I'm working on the back of the aperture section. So it means your card, your lattice needs to be face down. So I'm going to try and do that so that it's sort of the same. That's not bad at all. So remember, this is very, very delicate. So you do need to allow it a minute just to grab properly. I'm just pushing the glue into the doodah. So now when you come to the middle section, let me just show you that because you can see what I've done better there. There you go. So when I come to the middle section, let me see if I can zoom in a bit. That's better. When I come to the middle section, it's going to overlap, yeah? Now it doesn't matter as long as you're not going to see it from the front of your card, which we're not. Here we go. So the same thing again. I might just dab the glue before I stick it on. Let's try and get that so that remember, the lattice is not going to be perfect unless you've cut it perfectly, but it doesn't matter. So the die is long enough, the die itself is big enough to do this in one piece. It's just that I found when I was doing pieces that are bigger than the die, so if I just show you, look, it's bigger than the die, it would have meant doing 2 across and 2 up. And the bigger the piece of card, the more fiddly I feel like it is. So I opted for doing 3 smaller pieces. So we've now created our 3-panel lattice, and I am going to put that, believe it or not, on foam tape. I'm just going to weigh that down a second. Let's bring in that base. Let's just stick that on there for a minute. I want it to dry flat. You already get the feeling that this card is. This looks confessional. This one. You could paint or ink in duck egg blue. Right, let's get this onto the card. So, not wasting any time. The one thing I did struggle with when I was prepping this card earlier was to find an ink pad that matched. And there isn't really one in any of the ink pads that I've got. So the closest one was Warm Breeze in the VersaFine Clairs, but I'm going to show you how to make it a little touch darker. So this is going onto the base of our card, same as the other one. So when I put these 2 cards side by side, the 2 different themes will be blatantly obvious. Oh, that's fab, Em. That's a cracking idea. So let's just pop that straight on. I've got bits of glue all over my fingers. So let's just get that straight on. I'm just going to remind you, do not miss out on the rounded corner DL dies, because once they've gone, they will be no more. You won't be able to get them, and it's the same for the rounded corner square dies, the A4 set. So let's glitter this, the same as the other card. How gorgeous is this teal colour? How gorgeous is it with the vanilla cream? Remember, the new card stock, the new linen card will be live after I've finished. It does sometimes take a few minutes for the system to update, so don't panic if you don't see it straight away. And it's all in the warehouse now, ready to go. The storage system that's sold out in about 20 minutes is going to be another week or 2 before the girls at Cool Cats can make it for me, because they've got a lot on this week as well. So that is that the right way up? No, that's the right way up. Not that it makes any difference. Well, let me just show you that. Look at that linen. Oh, it's so lush. So lush. I'm going to bring this piece back in. And I'm going to attempt to 3D this. Well, actually, does it matter if I 3D it? Shall I make life easier for myself and do it? Hang on, just bear with me. I'm tormenting myself. I'm going to make life easy for myself, and I'm going to do this with some glue gel. normally I would spend the time chopping down all the foam tape, but the gap between the apertures is really quite small, look. So I am just going to put this on with some glue gel. In fact, I might just do it with my glue. So I have opted for doing this. I have opted for putting another piece of the vanilla cream, ignore the ink marks, behind the aperture, but it does look good like this as well. Let me just show you, because I very nearly did this. So that, even that looks good, look, teal on teal, but I wanted the balance of the colour. Fab. Oh, anybody who does hot foil in the double deboss can be used to make fabulous frames. Well, I don't do that, Deirdre, but thank you for sharing that. Right, so I am just going to try and do this with glue. It's obviously going to have a little bit of a bump in it because we've got the height from the extra layer of card in between. So I'm going to pop this on. I'm going to try and put that towards the bottom where it won't be seen. Actually, it's better there. So this is exactly the same size. Push it down from this side. Oh, that looks so lovely. Look at that. How beautiful is that? I'll pop that underneath my mat for a minute. Oh, I've just found some lovely new dies. They're not until next year. Don't want the sentiment yet. We're going to do the flowers next, but I do need my stamping mat, my foam mat. And of course it's not where it should be. Where would you be if you were my little mat? Ooh. There you are. So I'm just going to do the flowers just to allow that a little minute to set, because there's a lot of detail in the lattice die. And one missing. Where are you? One, two, three, four. It's this one. Right, let's just get these shaped. So obviously it's not a very big card, so I've just used small flowers. And these are from, and I am going to show you because they are perfect. These are the exquisite petals. No, they are not. They are the enchanting petals. And this is the one look with all that beautiful piercing detail and just a little bit of shabbiness. Love this set. Love, love, love that set of flowers. It's the details. It's all in the details. Right, so these are all going to be doubled up. The stamen is obviously in the rich teal. So let's get these done. And I'm just using this time to build the flowers whilst I wait for the top layer of the card to set. These are all pretty little dinky flowers. Stamen is for this one. Let's just push that in so we've got a wobbly stamen. So that can go there for now. Oh, that can go back on there where it belongs. I'm just putting the flowers back in their respective sections so I don't get mixed up. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the layout I'm using is exactly the same layout. It's just that this will obviously be a pretty card, a floral card, and the other one was a festive one. And don't forget the Forsyths is on tonight, although I was a bit bored with it last week. Started watching Trespassers or something, whatever it were called, last night, because Gillian Anderson was in it and I didn't like it, so I switched that off and cancelled the series link. I'm very fickle. If something doesn't grab me in the first 15-20 minutes, I'm bored with it. Look at this detail in the piercing. Oh, it's stunning. It's stunning. And then the larger stamen for this one. Well, I will take that, thank you very much. It's probably because I take a lot of care in how I design them. I don't just bang them out. It's particularly floral finery, as you know. Floral finery is fast becoming. It's just a go-to set of dies that you're going to come to all the time. And floral finery is only going to expand. I'm not even sure when Floral Finery 4 will be released next year, because I've kind of planned most of the year, which is, so it's going to be a bit tricky when I can get them in. So here we go. I have got pearls to put in these once I've done, but that will only take a second. I need a drink. My head's a bit sore. It's been like it for days. They are dinky, these. Especially that little tiny 3-petal one. Last set. Yeah, I do, Linda. Oh, missed the stamen. Just bear with. I think when we were trying to name, when we were trying to give the floral finery a name, I think finery was the right word. And as you know, Karen and I always have a bit of fun when we're naming stuff, most of which we can't repeat. But it needed to be something that gives you a feel of what this collection is all about, and indeed all the subsequent and previous collections. And finery was the right word, I think. It's floral and it is finery. Like when you're dressed up in all your finery. Right, here we go. So these are the last flowers. I've just then got to drop the pearls in. And we are very lucky that we've got some teal shimmer pearls. Now, it's not a perfect match, but it's a very nice match. And the stamen, sensational stamens 3. There won't be a 4 for a long time. And then I've just got 2 small ones for the sentiment. What time are we on? We're not late, are we? No, it's only 8:30. So these 2 little teal ones are to go on the sentiment. So the pearls, I've got two different pearls for this card. I've got the ivory shimmer and I've got the teal shimmer. So the teal shimmer is obviously not the same shade as the card, but it's actually a very pretty combo. So the ivory are going in the teal flowers, and the teal are obviously going in the vanilla flowers. Oh, I've just stabbed that flower. I don't know why I'm laughing, because it's not funny. I'm just going to warn you now that what I bring you at the end of February, at the end of November, I'm just going to warn you now not to miss out. Right, where's all the little dinky ones? Because it's the first part of a very big series. It's not what I was talking to you about in the Facebook group the other day, by the way. It's something else. But this series that I'm bringing you soon, it's absolutely phenomenal. And I'm so happy with it. It's been a lot of work, but well worth it. And by the time we've done, which will be the end of the middle of next year, you will have an absolutely amazing collection that you can mix and match forever. So just working my way around these flowers. We are nearly done, so if I'm sending you to sleep, I apologise. I'll stab another flower just to cheer you up. And the ivory one. Oops. So this is, you can tell already, can't you, that this is going to be a very pretty card. It's typical me. But super achievable. It's really easy to do. It's just time. Do you know what? You can guarantee it, can't you, that if you drop one of your pearls, no pun intended, but if you drop one of your pearls, it's going to land the wrong way up. You can guarantee it. Put money on it. Just got the last couple to do, and then I've just got to glitter everything, and then we can do the assembly. I've got the right glasses on. I was just wondering why everything looked blurry, but I think that's my eyes. I think that's my eyes rather than the wrong glasses. So I am being careful to put these back where they belong so I don't get mixed up again. And I'm going to follow the exact same format Can you see the butterfly? No, you can't. There are two. Poor butterflies. Even that looks fab, doesn't it? These two colours together of the pearls. So you can't get the butterflies anymore, I don't think. These are the tatty butterflies from earlier in the year. I think they've all gone. I'm not doing any new butterflies for ages, so if by any small miracle there are some on the website, the butterflies and the dragonflies, well, you know what I'm going to say. Get them while we've got them. Right, the foliage. So the foliage I am going to shape slightly. And it is going to be glittered, so you need to bear with while I do this. So the foliage I'm using for this card is, I've gone for the plainer one this time rather than the ultra shabby one. Because I thought with the lattice having so much detail on this card, I wanted a plainer, one of the plainer foliage. So this is the Majestic Fronds. And for the first time, I've not used the larger flourishes. This is just the two smaller ones, look, and the individual leaf. Oh, where's that die? Oh, I've got a die missing. That's gonna drive me mad. Oh, found it. That would have sent me off the scale. So if you haven't got the Majestic Fronds, this is the one that's got the plainer leaves. It's really pretty. And it's perfect when you're doing cards that have more detail in them. So for the smaller sections of the flowers, so the like top left, bottom right, they are the single flowers. And for the bottom right, top left, it's the double. Right. Here we go. Let's get this just put together. This is now just 10 minutes before I'm finished. So as ever with the Magnificent Fronds or the Majestic Fronds, anything like that, I'm only putting a little bit of glue on for the glitter. And it's just a token amount really. I'm not putting anything on the flowers apart from the bit that's seeped out of the pearls. And I'm waiting until it's nearly dry before I do that. Just got the sentiment to do. And I'm going to try and show you how to darken. Well, actually, I'll show you it both ways. So the last bit is details. Attention to detail. I've missed that one. There we go. You can always tell when somebody's taken the time on a project and when somebody's rushed it through. So I'm just dunking the flowers in. So any glue that's seeped out around the pearl, which is what I try to do, is going to be glittery now. They're going back in their respective sections. Just to make it easier for me. It is Diamond Dazzle, naturally. Right, Sentiment. So the Sentiment is from one of the other sets. Now I'm going to show, I've got one in linen card and one in regular vanilla. And I'm just going to show you on a bit of scrap. Let's just get the right sentiment first. Let's just get the right sentiment. So I will do... I need a small one, don't I, for this? So let's just have just for you. Let's just have just for you. And with love that I never put back from last week, can go back where it belongs. These are from the heart. From the heart essential sentiments. Again, I've got no idea whether we've got them. Right, so I'm just going to show you Peacock Feathers is 2 green, by the way. Peacock Feathers is 2 green. Broken China is 2 turquoise. So when I was... Well, I'll show you, look. This was me testing the colours earlier, look. So the best match is Warm Breeze in Versifying Clair. But it's still quite turquoise. So let me just put it on this card and show you. So that is the best match. Yeah. So to darken that, I'm going to put a layer of green on first. And then one stamp with the... I'm just going to show you the difference between one layer and 2 layers. So that is Rainforest first, and then one stamp with Warm Breeze. So it's still a little bit greeny, look. Can you see that? Still a little bit greeny. So if you do Rainforest first, and then two light taps with the Warm Breeze, it's as good as you're going to get it. That is as good as you're going to get it. Or you could do it the other way around. So I'm just going to do this now. Let's do it, yeah, green first. And then I'm going to do 2. Oh, I did 3. Not to worry, it'll be fine. It'll be fine, it'll be fine. So let's just pop that on. So this is just for you from the heart collection. And that's what happens when you put too much ink on. Well, that's actually not bad, look. That's not too bad. Even though I've flooded my stamp a bit with ink. So now let's get this card put together. So we have our lattice, which has already got the foam tape on, which was marvellous of me to think to do that. Remember, you can darken the Warm Breeze with a darker blue as well. You just need to play around with which colours. Teal does have a greeny undercoat, which is why I opted for Rainforest. Right, we're nearly done. We're nearly done. And you can't say I give you a monthly challenge and then just leave you to it anymore. Because that's two completely different demos. I'm resisting the urge to glitter around the edge of that. We're going to pop the sentiment on first. Oh, I stamped on the wrong piece. I've stamped on the wrong piece. Let me just redo that. I did it on the wrong bit. I'm going to do one more. Just for you. That's marvellous. I'm happy with that colour. It's a good way to make your ink pads go a bit further as well, making them do more than one colour. Right, so I'm going to leave that there just for a second, just to dry. It's actually a pretty good match now. We're going to put the flowers on first. And then I'll put the sentiment on last, just to allow that ink a little bit longer to dry. So, pink cocktail stick. Apologies if you're bored to tears, but tough. This is what I like to do. And hopefully you're learning something while I'm here. So clean cocktail stick. Same format as the other card. No glitter on these flowers apart from what's in the centre. And the reason for that is because there's enough on the base layer of this card, and also with the extra bits on the flourishes. So exactly the same layout as the other card, the Christmassy one. It's just that the other one had snowflakes and this one's got flowers. And yeah, you've probably noticed already that I have reduced the size. This is why the Floral Finery ones are so good, because you've got the same shapes in lots of different sizes. So I'm just going to bring that in a little bit more. So we've got a mirror, almost a mirror image on the two corners. I'll put the foliage in last. I always put the foliage in after the flowers are on. Just trying to make sure it's the same. I need to move my camera down next time, because I'm always bringing it towards me and then you can't see what I'm doing, so apologies for that. Stand by your beds for the new linen card. I'll do a quick recap at the end. And remember, if you haven't got the Grand Panels die set that I've used to create the lattice, you can do that with, well, just about any of my texture dies. And then next section, I'm not sure what our heating's on, but it feels like Jamaica in my craft room. Here we go. So it's the same cascading design. So like so. Oh, sugar. Nearly done. I say that, but my nearly done usually means 10 minutes. Right, foliage next. So the single leaves are going in the small sections. And you do just need to make sure that they're facing in the right direction. This is me in my faffing element. And this is what makes our cards that we make different to some that you see who don't take the time to do the attention to detail. It does make a huge difference. Especially when you've got pretty little things to work with. And then we've got the double foliage for the larger sections. And again, I'm making sure that even on the double one, that the leaves are all facing inwards. This is why we always have a left and a right facing. And what we're essentially doing is framing that lattice. So lovely. I'm just going to turn that upside down because it's easier to work upside down. Small ones. Facing in. Facing in. I very nearly did the Christmas one that I did, the first demo. I very nearly did that as a masculine card because people have been asking for that. But it would have just upset you because I would have used the cog dies and we haven't got any. There are new ones coming, but I don't think it's going to be this year now. Because I've already planned. There we go. I nearly stuck that in with the wrong place. And the last one. And then it's just a matter of popping the sentiment on 2 tiny flowers and 2 small butterflies. And these colours together are stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. Right, sentiment next. And I'm going to try and raise that a little bit higher than normal. Oops. Thanks to that. I told you it was warm in my room. Even the glue gel's melting. So just for you is going in the center of this. And I want it a little bit higher than I would do normally. I've got 2 tiny flowers to go on. And I must be honest, when this card is set, it's going to have a couple of little pearls in that. Come on. And the points of that sentiment. And then the last one. So you'll notice that this is the only, apart from the stamens, this is the only teal flower. And then 2 little butterflies, and then we are done. And I will put them side by side so you can see them done. Now I haven't used the solid part of these butterflies, so I will need to just dunk a little bit of glue gel on that. So that's going up there. And the larger one is going at the bottom. I love these pretty little butterflies. Just trying to get that lump off. So one facing right, one facing left. A little bit of Diamond Dazzle to cover the glue gel up, that you can see through those butterflies' bodies. Oh yeah, that looks lovely. And then that is demo number 2 from your monthly layout challenge. So let's tidy the mess up, show you the card close up. Tidy the mess, put the gems away, the pearls away. I will show you a close-up of this one. So that is your demo number 2, using the same layout, the exact same layout. There you go. Can you just see, look, in the body of the butterfly, we've got the Diamond Dazzle now, so it's not just glue gel that you see. And this one is still postable, I think, once it's set. And I'm going to show you these side by side, because both of these cards are fabulous. And both of them are from the monthly layout challenge, which is here. So that was the challenge. That was the challenge layout just there, look. And these are the 2 cards that I've made using that as my guide. And these are exactly the same size. Let's just bring these in and show you again a little bit closer. I'll quickly show you the new colours of the cardstock, the new linen cardstock, before I leave you. But look how fabulous you can make this. It's super easy. So I'm glad you are all still taking part in the monthly challenges, because I will stop it if people don't. But there you go. Hopefully that's given you a couple of ideas, a little bit of inspiration. 2 different ways, same layout, 2 different ways. One with the embossing folder, one with the texture die behind the apertures. Both look fabulous and both look super easy to do. So let me just quickly show you the new card. Oh, I've covered it in dies. So these are your... it will be in a minute when I move that. These are your new cardstock colours in the linen range. So we have cobalt blue. I must have dirty fingers. So cobalt blue, which is this one. I'm trying to show you them close so you get to see the colours, because the digital images are never right. Air Force blue. That's the rich teal that I've just used. You've got Olive Grove, which is a must-have. There you go. Candy Pink. And the Vanilla Cream, which is what I've just used on that card. And because the rich teal is a brand new colour, we also have the smooth version available as well. So the smooth one will be in the premium cardstock category, and the linen will be in the premium linen cardstock category. So there you go. I hope you've enjoyed that. I'm shattered, so I'm now going to go and make myself something to eat. Super easy cards. DL, oversized DL, because that's my thing. I like them big. Just saying, just bragging. But really, really easy to do. So just a quick reminder, I'm just going to quickly remind you that Saz will be live tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock. If you haven't yet joined our Facebook group, there is the... I've just popped it on screen. So just search on Facebook for Crafting with Phill Martin and Sentimentally Yours, and ask to join our group. And assuming you answer the 3 little questions when you ask to join, you will automatically be let in. I better put it on the screen. There you go. So that's Crafting with Phill Martin and Sentimentally Yours for our Facebook group. And please remember, if you are not yet subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you click that subscribe button, and we are live every Monday evening apart from when I'm on holiday. And there is the YouTube channel name, so you can just search for Crafting with Phill Martin. The Sentimentally Yours Facebook page obviously is where we are all the time, so give us a like and a follow on there as well, s'il vous plaît. And of course our shop Facebook page is Honeypot Crafts, and the same applies to that. You can find me and Honeypot Crafts on TikTok. Karen, remind me to do you a little Honeypot Crafts logo for TikTok. And there we go. So you can now, well, in a minute you can. So your new linen card should be live to order in the next 5 minutes or so. And go get it. And it's ready already in the warehouse for you for immediate dispatch. So thank you very much, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed that. I've had a lovely time showing you that. Something a little bit different. I'm now going to go and watch the Foresights, and I will see you hopefully next Monday. So enjoy the rest of your evening, everybody. Thank you. Bye.